Okay, Joan, so you did my Solstice Strengthening Series with me last year,
Yes, I did.
and I'm wondering what you thought of it. If you could tell me a little bit about your experience.
It was amazing. I came for the actual event on the solstice, and we learned the sun series, and you really did a great job of explaining what we were doing and the different postures and then how to kind of put them together. So I really liked that you broke it down so we could understand each of them. But then we went to the intense part, which was doing a lot of them in a row. And it was absolutely amazing. Our goal was 108.
Yep.
And we did the first sets where we were learning. And then we did a set of about 25, it was amazing and definitely needed a little break after that. But then we went through the last set, and I think we were like 8 away from reaching 54.
Right.
And so I asked, could we do 8 more? And then we'd be at least halfway there.
Right. Yeah. And that was what I remember. It went so well. Like people were even at the end, like, oh, well, we're at least halfway. Like, okay, let's try to at least get there. And so what I want people to know is we do have the opportunity to break. Like you said, we didn't go through 108 completely. It was like, I want this to be something that we can build up to together. And it's not about the 108. That's the cool thing that is a yogic tradition. But really what this series is about is exactly what you're saying, is breaking it down so you can understand what you're doing. And the other question I'm curious about is, I think you mentioned this, but have you used the sun salutation and what you've learned?
I have used them occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do them when I feel like I need extra stretching in the morning and things like that. So it's helpful for that. But I'd say the other thing that was so special to me, especially about what we did on the solstice, was we're in the dark part of the year. Yeah. It's the shortest day of the year, and yet we welcome the sun, and it lightened my mood on a gray day and made me feel the sun come in.
I love that. And that's really like why I do it at this time. That's why it's like, that is why it is meant to celebrate the winter solstice. And so that's amazing, because really that is what I would love to hear out of this. And if that other takeaway is cool, you get that toolkit of the sun salutation to use when you want that additional stretching here and there, or you just kind of understand it better when you go into a class that's, outside of your normal studio. You kind of have that deeper understanding, but like that is really what the winter solstice is about. And I think that's why it's so powerful to be able to participate leading up to and actually the day of, or even if you just jump in the day of, being able to just kind of push through that, again, like, 108 or that big number of repeating something. But then you kind of find that sense of like, I'm capable. I can do this. Like more, it's always that's what yoga amazes me. I always find myself more capable.
And I felt that everyone in the class just really embraced what we did. And it was, again, to take the bleak of the midwinter and turn it into an internal lightening of the spirit, and everything was wonderful.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Joan, for sharing that. That is all I could hope for someone to get out of this series. So I really appreciate you participating last year and supporting and telling us about your experience from it. And curious, do you plan on participating this year?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to having you again, and we'll see you on October 26th when we get our first week started.
Sounds wonderful.
Awesome. Thanks.